first is in time, one away. Back-to-back changeups from Perez to Tatis, and he throws that pitch a ton.
And that's going to be on the Padres to see the discipline they can maintain throughout this game. You got a good glimpse of how he's going to pitch the majority of the right-hand hitters today. See if the Padres can make the adjustment.
And outside of Merrill, they are all right-handed hitters. Here's Samad Taylor. One out and nobody on. Speedy left fielder squares to bunt, pulls back, and he'll take a cutter up and away. 1 ball, no strikes.
I mean, teams are having to honor the bunt pretty much every pitch until he gets to 2 strike. I think Samad has been willing to show bunt at least every time he's been up.
Give him something to think about. Here's a 1-0. He'll take outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Taylor had the 12-game hitting streak come to an end against the Braves on Monday. Yesterday answered back with a 3-for-4 night. Drove in a run, also drew a walk. To a pitch, outside ball 3. So Taylor has hit in 13 of the 14 games he has started. And batting .370 with a homer and 9 runs batted in his first 15 major league games this year. Nice way to reintroduce yourself. Here's the 3-0. Taylor scoots back, but takes a fastball strike on the inner third, and it goes to 3-1. A lot of balls in play, generally speaking, against Perez. You should not expect to see many walks or strikeouts. But he does go 3-0 here against Taylor. Now 3-1, the pitch. Samad shows bunt, puts it down towards third base. It'll be Perez gloving it, spinning, throwing to first, and in time, 2 away. Martin Perez fielding his position, and beautifully done for the second out. 35-year-old showing off cat-like reflexes.
That's a heck of a play by Martin. Pounced off the mound just like a cat. But the spin, turn, and throw was the impressive part, right on the money. Able to take a knock away from Samad Taylor.
The throw that he made to first base there, probably faster than a lot of the pitches he's going to throw tonight.
That's fair.
Here's Machado, last night's walk-off hero, and he takes outside, ball 1. And he has seen him a fair amount over the years, and he has had success against him. 7 for 20 against Perez with a homer and a double. 1-0 pitch. Machado flinches and takes the changeup for a called strike. 1-1. And he has driven in the game-winning run both games of this series and each of the last 3 Padre wins. Walk-off single in the 10th yesterday. The home run in the 1-0 win on Monday. Pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. Now 1-2. And then in the victory on Saturday, remember he had the 3-run homer in the 10th inning against the Rangers. It's a good little week.
It's been in the mix.
Here's the 1-2. Machado reaches out, hits that one in the air to center field. Harris started back, now just kind of walking to his right, and he'll make the catch. Down to 1-2-3, bottom of the first inning. Head to the second at Petco. No score against the Braves on the Padres Radio Network.
Flies it to right. Thomas moving back, still going. Leaping strike. Oh, he caught it! Oh my goodness, he caught it!
That is ridiculous.
The middle diving stop by Zach McKinstry, bounces up to his feet onto first in time. Kreidler, what a play!
And they get the force out at second base.
Walker to the track, to the wall. He got it. Jordan Walker robs Perez of a homer.
Long run, Meckler. He dives. He caught it. Wow, Wade Meckler saves a run. Chasing Clemens at the track. He makes a great grab.
Another display of that rocket arm of Ezekiel Duran. Take a bow, young man.
Right field. Hey, caught on a dive. Dunk can zone. How about 2? Jason Wynn lost it in the sun. Loses his cap. Over the shoulder. He makes the play.
Stephen, that was ridiculous.
On the move, Carrig on the slide. Did he catch it? Yes, he did.
Top of the second brought to you by Sinley Food. Natural growth with no crazy antibiotics. If you've had better chicken, you must be a rooster. Visit SinleyFood.com. No score as JP Sears goes to work. Second major league inning of the season for JP. Matt Olson, Austin Riley, and Eli White coming up. Lefty to lefty here against Olson, and then a bunch of right-handed hitters. First pitch is a sweeper that misses low. 1 ball and no strikes. Olson yesterday 0 for 4 with a bases loaded walk, couple of strikeouts, just 1 for 8 in this series. And last year, Padres did great work against Matt Olson. Here's the 1-0. Olson lines it into right field. That's a base hit. Chase Bowen over a couple of steps towards the line to get it, sends it in. So a lead single for Olson here in the second inning, but last year in the 7 games between the two teams, Matt Olson was 3 for 25 with 7 strikeouts.
Padres really did a good job against a lot of the big guys in the Braves lineup. That's why they had so much success against the Bravos last year.
No doubt about it. That includes this guy, Austin Riley. Last year, Riley 4 for 24 against the Pods. 3 for 8, though, in the first 2 games of this series. First pitch on the way, and Riley sends it in the air, foul out of play above the Padre dugout on the right side. 0-1.
We do have a little shadow ball going here in the second. JP Sears in the sunlight, Austin Riley in the shadows.
See if Sears can take some advantage of that. Maybe get some swing and miss, or perhaps a weak ground ball right to one of his middle infielders. 0-1. Riley takes, and the pitch a little bit outside. Another changeup. So it's evened up 1-1 on Riley, hitting .216, 8 homers, 36 RBIs. He has already grounded into 6 double plays this year. 29-year-old from Mississippi. Olson at first, nobody out, and the 1-1 pitch misses down and in. So now 2 balls and a strike to Riley. Sears cruised through the first inning, put the Braves down 1-2-3 on just a dozen pitches. Here's a look at Olson, who's got a good lead, but not going anywhere. And Riley bangs one foul into the Atlanta dugout on the left side. Even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Both of these teams will be off tomorrow. Padres stay home to host the Dodgers this weekend. There are very, very limited tickets available for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Padres.com/tickets if you want to join us. Braves will head up to San Francisco. Here's a 2-2. Riley swings and misses. Strike 3. A little tardy on a fastball. First strikeout of the night for JP Sears, and 1 down in the top of the second.
JP set that up nicely. 3 consecutive changeups to Riley before finishing him with the high heater up and away for out number 1.
Now the right fielder Eli White making his first start of this series. Came off the bench last night and on Monday, but getting the nod in right field with Mike Yastrzemski on the bench here tonight. Right-hand hitter takes the slow breaking ball, and a called strike, 0-1. 49th game of the year for White, hitting .224, 3 homers and 14 runs batted in. Pinch ran in the 9th inning Monday, stole a base. Pinch hit single in the 6th inning yesterday, stayed in, and finished his night 1 out of 3. Here's the 0-1 pitch. White swings and misses at a good changeup, strike 2.
Right now, JP doing a good job keeping the changeup down, throwing it where he wants. That's the pitch that's probably most important to set up that high fastball. Right now, he seems to have pretty good command of it.
Olson at first, 1 out, no score, top of the second inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch. White swings, hits it in the air to right field. Bowen over towards the gap a little bit in right center. Now in 2 steps to make the catch. Second out of the inning. Olson back to first, and we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Padres Radio Network. With Tony Gwynn Jr. and our producer, engineer Dave Marcus, I'm Jesse Agler. Padres and Braves scoreless in the top of the second inning. Matt Olson at first, 2 outs for the former Giant and Pirate Joey Bart. First pitch to him is a little low, ball 1. Bart was traded to the Braves last Thursday, 6 days ago. Yet another one of those local guys added to the mix for them from Buford, Georgia. Played collegiately at Georgia Tech in Atlanta. As the 1-0, Bart takes down and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Greg Baldwin scuffling right now since coming off the IL gets a night off here tonight. And Bart making his third start as a Bravo. 0 for 7 so far at the plate wearing the Atlanta uniform. Played one game against the Padres earlier this year in Pittsburgh. 1 for 4 with an RBI single. 2-0 pitch is up and a little bit away. So now 3-0 from Sears. Technically, Joey Bart appeared in last night's game, but he very, very, very much did not factor into anything. 3-0 pitch, and Bart will take a strike at the top of the zone. He came on to catch in the bottom of the 10th inning, and he did not get to receive a pitch.
What? No, he didn't. Man, he swung first pitch, and that was the end of that.
He may as well have not been back there. 3-1. And Sears deals. Bart hits it on a line into left field. That's a base hit. So his first hit as a Brave comes here against J.P. Sears, a 2-out single. 2 on and 2 out now for the number 8 hitter, the former Padre, Jorge Mateo.
That time, the changeup was set up, but it was elevated, and that allowed Bart to hit this ball on the line, even though it's off the end. Find some outfield grass, first and second now for Jorge Mateo.
Second start of the series for Mateo. He was at shortstop on Monday night. Made some really nice defensive plays. DHing here tonight. 2 on, 2 out. No score second inning. First pitch from Sears. And a breaking ball skied into left center field. Merrill and Taylor both there. It'll be Samad Taylor coming in. And he'll make the catch to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits. And the Braves leave a pair. Middle of the second inning. No score. And now here's what's happening at Valley View Casino and Hotel.
We're talking about power. We're talking about bling. This is the stuff that puts people in the seats.
Ruth's adoring fans pitched in to gift a crown fit for the home run king.
How come the fans didn't, put something together for me?
They gave you a nice round of applause.
It's a good job, Carlos.
That man is 42 years old. I'm only 22. Until that man stay on that mound, nobody's going to take me out of this game.
Okay, let me see what I can do about it.
Right now, I feel like I can go over there and go placata right now on the field just because I held this bat, Willie Mays. I'm not giving it back to you. You need
You're
it
not
back?
going to get back?
Okay, you can continue talking.
Right, and you're just going to hold on to it?
Yeah.
Hammer and Hank became baseball's all-time home run king.
Hank Aaron flipped the bat, pointed to the outside, and said, "Black."
Every single Triple Crown winner has been inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. So it looks pretty good for Miggy. Just saying.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Padre cleanup hitter brought to you by Perry Plumbing and Pipelining. The plumbers other plumbers recommend. Xander Bogaerts is the cleanup hitter. He'll lead off in the bottom of the second inning against Martin Perez. Merrill and Andujar to follow here in a scoreless game. First pitch on the way, and Xander takes the overhand curve for a strike. 0-1. Bogaerts yesterday 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. 0 for 4 in the series, but he has walked 4 times. Here's another slower offering, this time a changeup, and it misses down. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bogaerts, despite the fact that he's hitless in this series, has reached safely in 13 of his last 26 plate appearances. Now a line drive right off Perez, rolls in front of the mound. He picks it up off the grass and throws to first in time, 1 away. So Xander is out, but that one a painful way to get it out. And Perez kind of stretching and obviously in some discomfort as the Braves brain trust comes out to check on him.
And 110 off the bat, that'll get you every time. And this ball caught him square in the hamstring, it looked like. Bogey right back up the middle. It's a bullet, catches him right in the right leg. probably the meatiest part on his body if he's going to take a shot like that, but nonetheless some discomfort as he'll get some warm-up tosses. He's good.
Took one throw and just kind of waving everybody away.
They all stood there, even though he said he was good. Like, I don't know, you got hit pretty hard. And then he gave one last wave off, and everybody scattered.
The mark that is going to leave is going to be real.
It's going to be gnarly, for sure. A little purple, a little pink, a little red. It's probably some seam marks.
Got the out. Now Jackson Merrill, only left-handed hitter in the lineup for the Padres, and he'll take a fastball inside 1-0. 87-mile-an-hour two-seamer from Martin Perez. He averages 85 miles an hour on all of his pitches. Inside 2-0. Told you he throws a lot of changeups, but his fastball is not that hard. So if you take every pitch he's thrown this season, the average is 85.3 miles per hour. 2-0 is outside. Now you couple that with the fact that his ERA is 2.78. That is a really, really remarkable thing in the year 2026.
All the knowledge he's gathered over the years. He knows how to pitch.
Better believe it. Here's the 3-0. Merrill takes down the middle at the bottom of the zone, and a called strike 3-1.
I faced Martin as a young pup when he was throwing 96, 97, and so he's been in the league for a long time just garnering information.
3-1 in the air, foul out of play. Now full count 3-2. Our team made 10 starts for the Padres down the stretch in 2024 after they got him from the Pirates at the deadline. Went 3-1 with a 3.46 ERA. 3-2, and the pitch to Jackson, swung on it, missed. Strike three, good curveball. And his first strikeout of the night is the second out here in the bottom of the second inning.
Jackson
and Duhar will be the batter.
Jackson's probably the one guy he's going to at least pitch in a little bit. We saw him trying to get some sinkers in underhand, but then he finished him off with the curveball down and away off the plate for out number 2.
Now Miguel Andujar back in the starting lineup for the first time in a long time. He takes outside, ball 1. Andujar has been off the bench the last 3 days since coming off the IL with a hamstring injury, but starting tonight for the first time since June 7th. Base is empty, 2 out, scoreless game. He takes outside. 2-0. Stat of the day brought to you by Culligan Water of San Diego, providing advanced water treatment solutions, including softeners, filters, and bottled water, ensuring cleaner, safer, and great tasting water for homes and businesses since 1936. 2-0 pitch is banged on the ground to shortstop. Ha-Sung Kim to his right has got it, and the throw to first is in time. A 1-2-3 second inning, and it will be Kim leading off in the top of the third inning. After 2, no score against the Braves on the pot.
On the mound for the Marlins, it is Yuri Perez. The 22-year-old won't turn 23 until April 15th, and last season had a 4.25 ERA. Those numbers are very deceiving because he had a really strong finish. Perez has got him 0-2. See ya.
That's the old good morning, good afternoon, and good night, and all on heaters. When you got it going, stay with it.
3-2 right there, called strike 3.
The four-seamer, which he'll throw probably over 50% of the time.
Nobody on, 2 out. The 2-2 pitch from Perez to Rumfield. Called strike 3. Look at the emotion from Yuri Perez in his season debut. Yuri got him with a fastball. He gets the approval of Sandy Alcantara. 7 innings for Perez.
Yeah, and it's really amazing when you say he's still just 22 years old.
We've seen less and less of it.
JP with a flip. Max Ramone the assist, and they got him at first base.
Wow.
How in the world?
Look at Miles wants to turn around and admire that. Well, a couple things. First of all, we talked about being prepared, right? And by the way, Miles Mastrobuoni to be there, eyes on JP, to get that little flick past assist. Throw the ball down to first base. What a play.
Every game this season, Jesse and I will be answering questions from you guys, our listeners. And if you have a question for us, go to 973thefan.sd.com/question to send one in, and we may answer it on the air. Again, it's 973thefan.sd.com/question.
No score, top of the third inning, and former Padre Hassan Kim will lead off against J.P. Sears. He is having a very rough go of it. First pitch on the way, and a big swing and a miss, 0-1. Kim in 22 games this year is hitting .081. He is 5 for 62 at the plate. All 5 hits are singles. 0-1 pitch, and Kim swings, pops it into shallow right field. Bowen in and towards the line. He is there, and he'll make the catch, 1 away. So the struggles continue for Kim.
They're kind of casting a little bit there, got around that baseball, produced a weak fly ball. Chase Bowen able to snag it for out number 1.
Kim playing against the Padres for the first time since he departed in free agency. It's his first game at Petco. Yesterday, I guess, technically. Came off the bench as a pinch runner in the 10th inning last night. First game at Petco since August 13th, 2024. Here's Dubon, the leadoff man. He'll take a sweeper for a called strike, 0-1. Dubon lined out to Jackson Merrill to begin the game. So he is 0 for 1. Braves got a couple of singles against J.P. Sears in the second inning. A lead single by Olson, a 2-out single by Bart, but nothing else. Now ground ball right to Manny at third base. He'll gobble it up. Throw to first is in. Plenty of time. And the first 2 are retired here by J.P. Sears in the top of the third inning.
Yeah, J.P. doing a nice job keeping the ball down, allowing the defense to work behind him. 2 quick ones here in the third.
Mentioned the high ERA in El Paso for Sears this year, and we so often talk about, the hitting environments in the Pacific Coast League, and they are certainly great hitting environments.
Great.
But defense often gets left out of that conversation. It probably shouldn't. Lefty to lefty, Harris hits one on a line to deep left field. Samad Taylor over towards the corner. That'll come down in foul ground. Just barely. And it is 0-1 on Harris. But the defense playing behind you at this level so often, very, very different than the defense playing behind you at the minor league level.
A lot different. I think we've kind of highlighted it a little bit. Minor leagues, the drop-off between big leagues and AAA now as big as it's ever been. And I think we oftentimes just think offense, but that also goes on the other side of the ball.
0-1 to Harris. And the pitch is fouled back. So in his last start, Randy gave up 7 runs, 6 earned. Now, I didn't watch the game. I got a box score. That's all I've got. But, okay, so maybe, there was an error that let 1 unearned run score. But we know how it goes, right? I mean, the 1 error might only lead to 1 unearned run, but it could also lead to a bunch of other stuff that takes place. There could also be a play that wasn't made, that should have been made, that wasn't an error. And things can unravel on a guy. All that needs to be held into account. Fouled out of play again, still 0-2. So he does have the benefit of pitching here tonight with guys like Machado and Bogarts and Merrill and Tatis standing.
Not all is equal when it comes to this particular subject.
And just on the infield tonight, it's an embarrassment of riches. Ty Francis at first. He's got a gold glove. 0-2. Harris swings and misses. Strike 3. Doesn't need any defense there. A 1-2-3 third for J.P. Sears, and he caps it with a K. After 2.5, no score against the Braves. And now here's what's happening at Valley.
Into center field, Sadon coming on, slides and makes the play.
Deep, fielding back, still going. He's going to jump off at the fence and make the catch. Fine play.
Toward right center field, Carroll comes in, he makes a sliding catch.
Corner bounces one on the right side, snagged with a dive by Schneider to throw to first in time to get Horner.
Hard ground ball up the middle, there's Weatherholt, flip for 1, on to first, a beautifully turned double play.
Back into the corner, he'll leap up and make the catch. Gavin Sheets at the wall.
Long run for Watson, going back, he makes the catch on the warning track.
Can Pena get there? Yes, he can! What a play!
Towards the corner, Eli Whitey has got it! Man, he ran a long way to make that play.
They're waving him home. Here's the throw. Are you kidding me?
It's over to shortstop. Neto, tough play on the move, and he got it!
Bouncing ball up the middle, diving stop, Massey, a flip, and an out!
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Bottom of the third inning, Ty France, Freddie Fermin, Jace Bowen, 7-8-9 coming up against Martin Perez of the Braves. And first pitch is up 1-0 on France. Ty 3 for 17 with a double against the veteran left-hander in his career. Padres looking for their first base runner of the night. 1-0, and Ty leans back. It'll take a fastball strike, top of the zone on the inside part of the dish. And the count is even 1-1. France started game one of the series at first base, then popped out as a pinch hitter in the seventh inning last night. It's this one in the air to left field and deep. Dubon's going back. He will look up. This one gonna go. Second deck in left field for Ty France. His 9th home run of the season. And the Padres first hit of the game. A lead homer here in the third. They go ahead 1-0.
Stayed on the changeup and unloaded. It's not a bad pitch. It's down. Ty France goes down and gets it. Padres up 1-0.
That was the Padres' first hit of the game, brought to you by Bob's Grain Service. 40 years lifting San Diego. Better known, family run, San Diego proud. From ADUs to steel, they lift it all. Bob's Grain Service, ready when it's heavy. Kind of looked like a Mark McGwire swing. Got a Mark McGwire result. Here's Freddie Fermin, and he'll take outside ball one. Great to see Freddie back in the starting lineup. Came off the IL yesterday, and now making his first start since June 13th. That was a big fly from Ty France. Pitch here low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Perez has been on a great roll here. He'd given up only 1 home run in his last 4 starts. But Ty France tags him here in the third inning. And now Fermin pops one up mile high toward the Atlanta dugout on the left side. He'll come down to the seats. 2 balls and a strike on the Padre catcher.
Nice to see Freddie back in the lineup. Had that concussion and had to miss a little time. Good to see him back in the lineup.
Perez will deliver, and Fermin loops one foul into the seats behind home plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Perez in his last 4 starts, 4-0, 2.95 ERA. Mentioned just the 1 home run. 2-2, and Fermin hits it on the ground up the middle. Kim to his left, a little bit of a stutter step. He's got it. Throw to first just barely in time. And 1 out in the bottom of the third.
This weekend, the Dodgers return to Petco Park for the final time this regular season. Secure your seats for the National League West Showdown at America's #1 ballpark. Visit Padres.com/tickets.
Jace Bowen will be the batter. Number 9 hitter coming up for the first time this evening. 1 out, nobody on, 1-0 Padres in the bottom of the third. First pitch, Jace swings, trying to loop one into shallow right field. Long run, Eli White won't get there. Dumps down near the line. Bowen speeding for second, and with his wheels, he'll get there easily. Hustle double for Jace Bowen. Just kind of busted him in and able to send it the other direction.
Get in where you fit in. And in this case, it's tucked in just inside the right field line. Cutter in on the hands, breaks the bat, but goes out the way you would like it to. Double for Jace Bowen. That'll bring Toddy to the plate.
That is the first extra base hit of Jace Bowen's major league career. Here's Fernando, runner on second, 1 out. First pitch. And Tatis swings and misses, strike 1. Padres last night a robust 5 for 15 with runners in scoring position. Trying to continue that success here tonight and trying to add to this 1-0 lead. No balls and a strike. Fernando takes low. 1-1 from Perez. Bowen with elite wheels at second base. 1-1 on Tatis. Here's the pitch. And Fernando got the cutter and sends it deep and foul into the terrace up the right field line. Behind in the count now, 1-2. Tatis rocking back and forth, waiting on Martin Perez. Now the lefty comes home, and the 1-2 pitch a little bit too far inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Tatis.
Martin tried to run that sinker back onto the inside corner. Missed just a little bit too far in. Count moves to 2-2.
Bowen bouncing around at second base. Pretty good lead up there. 2-2. Here's the pitch. And Fernando takes high ball 3.
I wonder, when Martin start to feel the effect of that line drive he caught off the hamstring in the last inning.
I was wondering the very same thing. 3-2 now, and Fernando out in front, bounces it towards third. Riley has it, checks the runner, and the throw to first is in time. So 2 down, Bowen still at second base, and the batter will be Samad Taylor.
That right there was kind of how Martin wants to get you. Pounded Toddy a couple times with the sinker in and the cutter, and then able to finish with that changeup down and away. That elicits that weak ground ball to third. He's got out number 2. That's kind of what he wants to do. If he's pitching you in, it's just to loosen you up so he can go back away.
First pitch to Taylor underneath the hands, and too far inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Samad 0 for 1, put a bunt down up the third baseline, and Perez made a really nice play, threw him out. Bowen at second, 2 down, the 1-0 pitch, and Taylor will take at the top of the zone. A fastball strike, 1-1. Bowen at second, 2 outs, 1-0 Padres in the third inning. Perez kicks and delivers, and that breaking ball misses outside. 2-1. Really the first inning tonight in which Perez has been made to throw probably more pitches than he would like. Missing outside again, 3-1. Breezed through the first couple of innings. But Ty France greeted him here in the third with a 417-foot home run. And now up over 40 pitches on the night. Here's the 3-1 to Taylor. It is on the outside corner of the knees. Called strike 3-2.
It's a good pitch. Good changeup. Backdoor cutter. I'm not going to be able to go off of miles per hour because there's quite a few pitches that are in the same realm. But the cutter right on the backside of the plate, outside corner, moves the count to 3-2.
And now Taylor will use his timeout. Yes, Samad kind of taking a couple of steps towards first base and a circle back around behind the home plate umpire, Dan Bellino. They exchanged a couple of words. Hard to tell the tone or tenor of that conversation from here. Either way, now it's 3-2. The pitch is on the inside corner, strike 3 call. So Perez battles his way back into the at-bat and punches out Samad Taylor to end the inning. Padres, though, have struck on Ty France's 9th home run of the season. After 3, it's the Padres 1 and the Braves nothing on the Padres Radio Network.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Here we go. This is a classic road jersey for Boston. This is the first uniform I put on when I came with Boston. When you see those two socks together, that's one thing I know I had to do. I had to make sure I had my red socks high, okay? My two red socks, because, you know, there's two here.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Top of the fourth brought to you by Genesis Home Improvement, San Diego's trusted painting, roofing, and window company. Ozzie Albies, Matt Olson, and Austin Riley against J.P. Sears. Padres have a 1-0 lead. Albies switch hitter batting right-handed, and the first pitch breaking ball misses high and outside. 1-0. Albies 0 for 1. He flew out to right field in the first inning. Game started an hour earlier here tonight. Final game of the series. Both teams off tomorrow. 1-0 pitch, and Albies swings and misses 1-1. So we're being treated to some kind of early evening light that we don't normally get for a normal night game. And it's just made what is already a beautiful setting that much more pleasant.
I mean, we were raving last night's game about the sun still being out even as late as it was, and it's going to be out pretty much this entire game.
1-1 pitch is a broken bat roller up the middle. Long way to go. Fernando on the other side of the diamond. Jump throw to first. No chance to get him. And a good job by France coming down the line to receive that throw and make sure it didn't get away. So an infield hit for Ozzie Albies. And for the second time in 4 tries, the Braves have the leadoff guy aboard.
Albies' second hit of this series came in 1 for 7 in the series. Grabs an infield single there. Toddy had to go to the shortstop side to even get to this ball. And Ty did the right thing coming off the bag to field it.
Now lefty to lefty against Matt Olson, who singled his first time. First pitch, Olson launches it in the air down the right field side, but that will hook foul into the second deck. 0-1. Sears, as you may recall from his time pitching for the Padres the back half of last season. Remember, he came over with Mason Miller in that trade from the A's. He's got a really good pickoff move. Something I'm sure Albies is aware of over at first base. 0-1. And a throw over. That is not the A move. Albies goes back in standing up.
Albies has 4 bags on the season.
Five starts with the Padres last year for Sears over 4 different stints. 0-1. The pitch. Olsen takes a sweeper that swept way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Saw him in spring training this year. Pitched 4 times in Cactus League play. Didn't go great. Was optioned to El Paso the night before the final game of spring training. 1-1. Olsen waits. Sears looks at Albies, kicks and delivers. And this time the breaking ball catches the strike zone, and it's 1-2. Padres 1, Braves nothing. Top of the 4th inning. Albies at first, nobody out. Ball and 2 strikes to Olsen. Sears delivers, and a swing and a miss. Got him to chase the sweeper that time. 3rd K of the day for J.P. Sears, and 1 down in the top of the 4th.
Almost as though Olsen was looking for that mistake slider again that he got first pitch. He fouled off. From that point on, he saw all sweepers moving well away, and gets Olsen to chase for out number 1.
Now Austin Riley struck out his first time. And on first, 1 away. Pitch from Sears, and Riley Hits it in the air, foul. Terrace behind home plate. No balls and a strike on the Atlanta third baseman. Riley, an all-star in 2022 and 2023. Career got off to an absolute rocket start. But he has been a little bit more normal the last few years. Pitch is low, 1-1. Just one of those reminders, I guess, that putting together the kind of career in which you're an all-star every year or a superstar kind of career is not just about how it begins. First 2 years looked like this guy was going to be the next, whatever you want to call him. Here's the 1-1. Riley takes outside, 2 balls and a strike. His first full season, he hit .303, 33 homers, 107 RBIs. Next year, he hit .273, 38 homers, and 93 RBIs. Next year, he hit .281, 37 homers, and 97 RBIs. But the last 2 years, he's hit .250, .260, and he has yet to hit 20 home runs since those big years. Pitch low, 3-1.
He's banged up a little bit in those 2 years. Had a couple long stints on the IL. Those things take a toll on even a very talented player like Austin Riley.
No doubt about it. 3-1. Sears will deliver, and Riley takes way outside, ball 4. First walk issued by J.P. Sears. And the Braves, the second time tonight, have a couple of guys aboard. They did so with 2 outs in the second inning. They'll do so with 1 out here in the 4th. And the batter will be Eli White.
That it just seemed like Sears kind of lost command a little bit. None of those pitches, particularly the last changeup, the last fastball, were really all that close.
He has generally been very much in command tonight. Twice as many strikes as balls. First pitch and a bunt. Out in front of the plate, it's Fermin. He's got it to Machado. 1 up to second, not in time. Boy, Manny knew with White's wheels he had no chance to go to first base. So he thought about trying to force Riley at second. They nearly did. Padres will wait and see if they want to challenge it. They will not. But a good job by Fermin to force the lead runner, Albies, at third base.
That is a good lesson for young players out there. Manny's only able to go that route because he had already thought about it in his head. He knew the runner. He knew all of the runners. He knew his best shot to get to was at second base, and they almost pulled it off.
Caught Fernando a little bit off guard. Tatis made the quick adjustment to get his foot on the bag to receive that throw. But you're right, Manny knew before the first pitch of the at-bat was going to be thrown that if a bunt came his way, no chance to throw to first. So first and second, 2 outs. Joey Bart swings to the first pitch and fouls it back, strike 1. Padres up 1-0. White at first, Riley at second. Manny Machado is never going to get out-thought on a baseball field. A 1 pitch, and Bart hits it on the ground to the right side. Fernando to his left has it. Funny hop from the outfield grass, and the throw to first is high. France goes up to save it and keep it with him, but the bases are going to be loaded with 2 outs. It'll be an error on Fernando Tatis Jr.
I mean, Fernando has pretty much been flawless at second base, but this is the play that he has a little bit of trouble with. The one where he doesn't have a ton of time. This one is a kind of a weird hop, has to hurry. That pulls Ty off the bag, and it'll load the bases for Jorge Mateo.
So the inning should be over, but it is not. Mateo, the right-hand hitting DH, takes the first pitch, change up low, ball 1. Mateo came up with 2 on and 2 out back in the second inning. Popped out to end the inning and strand the runners. Now he hits with the bases loaded, 2 away. 1-0. Sears will deliver, and that's in the air to right center field. Well struck. Merrill, though, back into the gap. He's got space, and he makes the catch to retire this side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and the Braves will leave them loaded. After 3.5, Padres lead it 1-0 on the Padres Radio Network.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude? My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I got to eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo. This is going to be one of those games that you're going to have to fight the elements. Wow! And I don't think that'll be the last bat toss we see tonight.
I would imagine not. As he slid behind Neto, took out his legs, but Neto held onto the ball.
Check out what our cameras caught. That's right. Smacking himself in the face, and he really likes to pump himself up and make himself angry.
Oh, he used the hat. That's pretty nice. Yeah, take a bow. All right, absolutely.
Don't miss a moment this season with Padres.TV, presented by UC San Diego Health. Stream all home and away Padre games for $19.99 a month or $74.99 for the year. Visit Padres.TV for details and start streaming today.
Out of the fourth inning, Padres with a 1-0 lead. Going to try and add to that lead against Martin Perez. Manny Machado to lead off. First pitch on the way, and Manny takes low outside, ball one. Here comes the lumber, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers. Fix it, build it, enjoy it. Machado, Bogarts, and Merrill against Perez here in the fourth. 1-0, the pitch on the way, and Manny takes outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Second consecutive game we've seen Fernando commit an error. Obviously, very different errors yesterday in the outfield. Unusual to say the least. Today on the infield, much more understandable. But the Braves telecast last night caught some video that we did not see.
I didn't see it either.
And pretty just great baseball guy activities, so to speak. Great baseball guy reaction. Fernando unable to catch the pop-up in right field late in the game yesterday. Very frustrated with himself. It's kind of a tough play. Song was in the way, in the vicinity, whatever. But a play that Fernando knows he's supposed to make. And what does Tatis do? After not making the catch, the inning ends. They don't score, so it's kind of a no harm, no foul, but a change has to be made.
It was harm to him, so he got rid of that glove. A fan got a nice souvenir.
Pitch to Manny, statue take, and a ball outside, 3-0. Yeah, through the glove, into the stands.
I've been upset, really upset with myself. I don't know if I'm giving up my glove.
That's like a gamer. 3-0, high and outside, ball 4. That is a 4-pitch walk to Machado to begin this inning. And the first walk issued by Perez, who does not walk a lot of guys. Padres have the leadoff guy on base.
And so for those who continue to ask the question if Toddy cares, I mean, the man just gave away a glove because he didn't catch a ball he thought he should catch. I think he cares.
I don't know that I've ever seen a guy get rid of his game glove. A platinum glove.
I've seen bats given away.
Yes. Pitch is a strike to Bogart.
Never a glove. Not in that fashion. Like coming off the field, you know what, I'm done with this thing.
Need a new one. 0-1. Bogart's on the ground up the middle. Skips off the mound into center. And a base hit. Padres in business here in the fourth inning. Machado up to second. 2 men on. Nobody out. And Jackson Merrill coming to bat.
I think for the most part with the righties, that's as good as it's going to get. Change up, down and away. Bogey doesn't try to pull it. Goes right back up the middle. And remember, that pitch is away. So I'm saying that's as far as you're going to be able to pull it when the pitch is outside like that. Good piece of hitting by Bogey.
Now the only left-handed batter in the lineup tonight for the Padres. Jackson struck out his first time. Bogarts hit first, Machado at second, nobody out. And a cutter missing low outside, ball 1.
Shows him the cutter away. You saw him kind of get Jackson thinking about the ball in with the sinker in the first at bat. We'll see how he approaches it with runners on.
1-0, the pitch from Perez, and Merrill fouls it straight back.
So he goes cutter away, goes back to that changeup at 87. I'm not sure that that's the changeup. I think that's the sinker right there, in underneath the hands. It's in off the plate, and so now he's trying to get Jackson to think about that pitch in off the plate.
Ball to strike, and Merrill swings and misses ahead of the changeup.
And that's the changeup at 80. Previous pitch was 87 with a little more sink to it, but using that inner part of the plate to loosen Jackson up so he can go back away.
1-2, and the pitch to Merrill, hit in the air, deep down the right field line, but hooking and foul. Just that first little section wide of the pole.
That was a changeup that he didn't execute. They wanted this one a little bit more middle and down, and it leaked to the inner half of the plate, inner third, and it almost cost Martin a 3-run homer.
Runners lead. Bogarts from first, Machado from second. The 1-2 pitch, and Merrill takes on the outside corner, strike 3 call. A painted sinker. Jackson strikes out for the second time tonight. That's the third for Perez, and 1 away.
The work in was just to set up that particular pitch away, and Martin executes it right on the outside corner. Jackson goes down for the second time.
So now Andujar, who crushed lefties last year, hit .389 against him. First pitch is underneath the hands, 1 ball, no strikes. That was certainly part of the attraction for the Padres when they went out and signed Miguel Andujar this winter. .389 against Southpaws in 2025. This year, hitting .207. Go figure. Been banged up, that's certainly part of it. Takes low, 2-0.
I mean, even before he was banged up, it was a reverse splits. The righties he was swinging much better against him. It's just one of those weird things that's kind of hard to explain in baseball.
Yeah, I got no clues. 2 on and 1 out. 2-0 pitch, and Duhar takes low, 3-0. Bogarts at first, Machado at second, 1 out. Padres lead 1-0 in the fourth. Ty France led off last inning with a home run. He is waiting on deck. 3-0 the pitch, and Duhar takes right down the middle and calls strike 3-1. And Duhar waiting. Now the 3-1. And he takes up and in, ball 4. Second walk of the inning. Issued by Martin Perez. And now the bases are loaded for Ty France, who's already hit 1 grand slam this week.
Good discipline there from Miguel. Bunch of change-ups and sinkers below the zone. Wouldn't offer at him. Ends up drawing the walk, and that loads the bases for Ty France.
And Duhar at first, Bogarts at second, Machado at third. First pitch, and Ty takes way high, ball 1. First inning grand slam for Ty France Friday night against Jacob deGrom. And now Joey Bart, the Atlanta catcher, will go out and visit with Perez, whose command is way off this inning compared to the previous couple. And I like your theory about that comebacker that he took off the bat, and Bogarts back in the second inning, probably feeling a little bit worse now than it did earlier tonight.
I can't imagine it feels any better. Probably the hardest baseball hit in this game ended up on his hamstring, so certainly probably having to deal with that.
1-0 pitch. France swings and pops it into foul territory back of first. Olsen over. It'll get into the seats. And out of play, 1-1. Ty had never hit a grand slam in his career. And then he got deGrom on Friday night in Texas.
Picked a good one to get it off.
I was going to say, deGrom had never given up a grand slam. Ty would homer against him in the 4th. And then he doubled against him in the 6th. Here's the 1-1. France takes upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. Dan Bellino, the plate umpire, kind of flinched like he was going to call a strike, then thought better of it. Close pitch, but he was correct. It was not a strike. Runners lead at all three stations. 2-1. Here's the pitch on the way. France checks, and this time he does take a strike on the inside corner. And it is 2-2 on the Padre first baseman.
There's the sinker in, able to execute it. Hardest pitch of the game for Martin Perez at 90.
His version of reaching back for a little extra. Now the 2-2. France lines it the other way towards the right center gap. White and Harris coming together. White dives, and he makes a great catch. Machado will tag and score. A sac fly by Ty France. Padres lead it 2-0.
It's a good piece of hitting. Martin Perez did all that work in to try to get that backdoor cutter away. And Ty did a beautiful job staying on it. Eli White makes a terrific play, or he would have basically unloaded those bases. Instead, the Padres will take the sac fly, both runs, courtesy of Ty France.
Yeah, White sold out with the dive, and if it gets past him, as you said, everybody going to keep on running. So now first and second, 2 away for Freddie Fermin. First pitch on the way in the dirt, blocked by Bart, 1-0. Look back at Bogarts now, the 1-0 pitch. And it's way high, 2-0. Padres hit first and second, nobody out. Bases loaded, 1 out. They have scored 1 run. Obviously looking for more with 2 on and 2 away. 2-0 on Fermin. Here's the pitch. Freddie takes, and the cutter hits the outside edge. A called strike, 2-1. Runners lead at first and second. Here's the pitch. And Fermin takes inside. 3 balls and a strike. He has already walked 2 this inning. Here's the 3-1. Fermin swings, hits it in the air, up the right field line. White all the way over, but again, it'll be into the seats and out of play. So a full count, 3-2 on Freddie Fermin. And with 2 outs, that means Andujar and Bogarts will get a head start on the next pitch. Here it is, and low ball for the 3rd walk of the inning. So the bases are loaded yet again. And this time for Jace Bowen, who had a blue double the other way his last time up.
Padres still with a nice opportunity here to cash in a couple more. It'll take some 2-out magic.
First pitch on the way to Bowen, and he takes high, ball 1. Chase making only his 8th career start, his first since Saturday in Arlington. 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0.
Starting to see that Braves bullpen get moving. Double barrel action.
It's only the 4th inning. Perez has gone at least 5 every start. There's the 2-0. Bowen takes at the knees. And a fastball, strike 2-1. Padres have 2 runs, but they also have the bases loaded here. And 2 away. And the command is just off right now for Martin Perez. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And Bowen hits it in the air hard, but foul right side. Now 2-2.
Looks like Ian Hamilton getting loose in the Bravos pen.
Fermin at first, and Andujar at second, Bogarts at third. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Bowen takes pretty much right down the middle. Strike 3 call. So the Padres get one here in the fourth inning on a hit and 3 walks. They will leave them loaded. And we go to the fifth at Petco Park. Now the Padres 2.
It's off the top of the wall and gone. Second home run of the night for Juan Soto.
30th career multiple home run game for Soto.
Burke has looked excellent tonight. Turned it over to Sean Burke, and as good as he's ever pitched in the White Sox uniform.
He didn't start it, but he finished it. I think that's as good as we've seen from him in any outing since he's been a big leaguer.
Dealing is what he was doing. 7 shut for the rookie southpaw, 7 punchies on 107 pitches for the left-hander. The best outing of his young big league career.
Pinch hitter Andrew Benintendi. First pitch, swinging, back he goes! It's a grand slam Betty bomb in the Bronx. And the Sox take the lead here in the 8th inning.
Wu, wow, here against the Orioles. Retired 21 of his last 23 hitters.
A masterful day for Brian Wu. He exits to a standing ovation inside T-Mobile Park.
Osorio drills this to center field. Dickerson came in and goes back on it and makes the catch. Dickerson reels it in.
Top of the 5th inning, 9-1-2 for the Braves coming up. Ha-Sung Kim to be followed by Mauricio Dubon and Michael Harris II. Padres now lead 2-0. J.P. Sears on for his 5th inning of work. Pitch on the way to Kim is outside, ball 1. Kim popped to right field his first time up. That was leading off in the 3rd. Today's question of the day brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. If you have questions about your health, visit kp.org/San Diego. Kaiser Permanente, a better idea for healthcare. Today's question comes from the Great Northwest. Tacoma, specifically, 1-0 pitch. And Kim takes a little bit inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kit asks, we know you see all of these players. How closely do you guys follow the players who do not make the 26-man roster? Great question, obviously, with Sears on the mound. 2-0, Kim takes a strike. We're obviously also talking about guys like Jace Bowen and Samad Taylor. Got a lot of playing time here as of late. Guys we saw endlessly in spring training.
Right.
But hadn't really seen much of it all, the last couple of months. 2-1, Kim in the air to center field, straight away and deep. Jackson Merrill is back and on the track. He's got room to make the catch. 1 down in the 5th.
Petco will hold it. 1 down. Hunter Renfroe.
Oh, yeah. We're not.
Can't buy a break right now. If he's just a millisecond earlier on that pitch, he pulls to the left, hits his first home run of the year, and feeling good about himself in the box.
Instead of very loud out. Back to the top of the order to Mauricio Dubon. It's 2-0 in favor of the Padres here in the top of the 5th. Pitch inside, he spins out of the way. The cutter almost hit him. 1 ball and no strikes on Mauricio. Mention that upcoming series in San Francisco, an off day tomorrow. And then some of the biggest news prior to the game is the Braves' probable starters for that series. 1-0 to Dubon, ball outside. Reynaldo Lopez back into the rotation, at least for Friday. He'll get the start in game 1, and chatting with Walt about that before the game, he said he had gotten his pitch count up close to 60 in that last turn. They want to try to get him into the rotation, see what it looks like. 2-0 pitches outside. So I asked him, does that mean somebody else is going into the bullpen? And he said, well, we're not going to go that far yet. Just see how things go Friday night and then make a decision from there. But it'll be Lopez, Elder, and Sale. Games 1, 2, and 3 in San Francisco. Dubon takes a strike.
Yeah, I think that's a good park for him to get his first start back. You know, big yard. Ronaldo relies on a lot of fly ball outs, so those go for outs instead of home runs at Oracle Park, so might be a little helpful.
3-1, hit fair down the left field line that goes all the way into the corner. Went past a diving Manny Machado. Just now getting to it down the line is Samad Taylor. And it'll be a double by Mauricio Dubon. That was punished right out of the reach of Manny Machado.
Boy, Dubon is feeling it. Now hit safely in 16 of his last 18. And hitting the ball hard. Not just singles. Racking up some doubles. 5 home runs already this month.
That's his 4th hit in this series. Brings the tying run to the plate and Michael Harris. Harris 0 for 2. Sears brings it and a bouncer up the first base line. Take it on 3 hops. Gloving and racing to the bag, France. And he gets there. They call Harris out. Harris came across the bag signaling safe. Walt Weiss holding his hand up at the top step of the dugout. See if they want to challenge this. They do not. Well, France played that extra bounce and was kind of casual about it till he really had to glove it and race to the bag. Dubon over to third base.
Nice hustle by Harris. That was very close. I mean, bang, bang play. A lot of times you hit a ball to first baseman, you might just put it in cruise control.
2 down for Ozzie Albies. He's singled in the 4th inning. Base hit here means a run. And he swings, and it's a fly ball towards left. Samad Taylor going to drift over to his left. Positions himself under it. Makes a 2-handed grab right above the logo of his cap. And that ends the top of the 5th inning. Braves get a 1-out double, nothing more. We're halfway home, 2-0 Padres.
They call this one Bill.
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how Mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started cooking with her, so we decided, to do the business, so we went to figure out what we're going to call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of, our mother, so that's when Legacy came in. And just remember that Legacy Catering is about people, and this is what barbecuing is all about, and this is why we love it.
And he drills this ball. Goodbye. Bang to begin this series.
Leadoff home run number 30 in the career of Shohei Ohtani.
Jake Bennett, Rocky Mountain High. He is rolling along. Career high 9 strikeouts over 6 innings.
8 consecutive hits over 2 innings and finally touched the dish 3 times to walk it off. 8 shutout innings. 9 strikeouts for Kyle Bradish. One of the best starts of Kyle Bradish's baseball life.
Brandon Woodruff coming back to the mound. 6 innings, 1 hit, 10 strikeouts, no walks. I mean, this was vintage Brandon Woodruff.
It looks like this guy's not scared of anybody. And he pitches like that. It's true.
Two 2-0 Padres, bottom of the 5th inning. Alongside Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick. Ben Ingram here with you. Fernando Tatis leads off for San Diego. Comes out of his shoes for first pitch curveball. Missed every stitch of it. Tatis has kept Riley busy tonight. 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts to third base. He has his average at .284 with his 3 homers. 0-1 check swing. They appeal. Didn't go. 1-1. Tatis, 27 years old, playing in the 6th year of a 14-year deal that he signed back in February of 2021. 1-1, a little bit off the plate with a changeup. Tatis originally with the White Sox. He was acquired from the White Sox back in 2016. Sinker missed inside there. That was in a deal for James Shields. How many guys have been traded for James Shields? About 30?
A lot of them.
3-1 pitch. And Tatis takes ball 4 low. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Braves Radio Network. Folks, you ever wonder what a home run tastes like? It's a little peppery, it's a little tangy, it's a lot like the original Louisiana hot sauce, the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. It's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some. Samad Taylor puts a bunt down the third base line, gloving at Perez, and on the exchange, it slips right out of his hand. And Samad Taylor bunts for a base hit. Now some trouble for Perez with a walk and a bunt hit to put him at first and second.
I don't know if he gets Taylor even if he comes up with that ball. That was nicely bunted, dead in the ball, right down the third baseline, especially with that sore hamstring Perez is dealing with. It's a tough play to make.
Here comes Walt Weiss. James Karinchak has been tossing in the bullpen for the Braves. I'd imagine a lot of this goes back to what you mentioned last inning. After he took that line drive off the hamstring, I'm sure that's been barking more and more with each passing inning. So Walt goes to the bullpen. Braves make the...
Sometimes artifacts in the collection of the Hall of Fame can tell multiple stories. This is the earliest known Yankees baseball cap in existence. It tells a story of a very early baseball cap and of a guy who just had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. But there's actually a hidden story inside this cap. There's another name written in the cap. So who's Dolan?
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
It makes you feel unstoppable. Visit Truist.com today to see how having the tools you need and a great team by your side can help you take your game to the next level. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Digging, grading, tilling, and mowing. All in a day's work with Yanmar, the tractor that works as hard as you do. Discover new possibilities at yanmartractor.com.
Still 2-0 Padres as we continue the home half of the fifth. Leadoff walk and a single lead runners at first and second, no outs. They're both the responsibility of Martin Perez. On to try to strand those two runners, right-hander James Karinchak. He's pitched in 5 games this season, throwing an inning and 2/3 in game 1 of this series. Has not inherited a runner yet this season.
Inherits 2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's Manny Machado. Karinchak goes to work. Machado takes a ball high. That almost looked like a cross-up. That was high and in the mid of Bart and then shot off his mid, rolled over to the left. Runners hold at first and second. Machado with a walk and a fly out to center field. Taylor at first, Tatis at second. Both are speed demons. 1-0 to Machado. Ball high, 2 balls, no strikes.
It's back-to-back curveballs that haven't curved. So it's a mid-80s spinner up above the strike zone.
A very favorable count for Machado here. Karinchak, a glance over his right shoulder at second. Pitches. Missed up and in with a fastball, 3-0. Manny Machado might be the most feared 184 hitter you've ever seen. Waiting on the 3-0 pitch. Here it is from Karinchak. Takes a strike, 3-1. He's had a big series. Like we mentioned, the last 3-4 days from Machado, he started to pick it up. He's looked a lot better. Karinchak set of the belt. 3-1 to Machado. Check swing, tap foul over by the Pirates or the Padres dugout. 3-2 on Machado.
That's another backup breaking ball. He's shown him 3 of them, and none of them at break. So if he does snap one off here and gets it to break, it's going to be tough to handle for Machado.
Machado, 33 years old. Out of Brito, Miami Private High School. Runners at first and second. Steadies the bat on his right shoulder. Karinchak ready to bring it. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. 3-2. What was this guy like as a teammate?
I enjoyed it, right? Because I saw him when he was a rookie, and the talent was obvious from day one. A young kid, there were some growing pains for certain, just like any young player that's as talented as he was.
Runners take their leads at first and second. 3-2 pitch, and that's popped up back here towards us. Into the seats over to our right.
And I don't know where you stand on A-Rod, but A-Rod was his mentor. And so that complicated things at some points.
That makes sense. I mean, both Miami guys. Machado swings and misses at a fastball. Karinchak gets him. One down here in the 5th inning. And Machado's had just an amazing career. Here for 8. This is his 8th season here after he was in Baltimore for 7. And then remember he was a Dodger for that as a rental for a short time. That was back in 2018. Well, he's had a terrific career. 1 out for Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts takes a ball high. Partial line on Perez. 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. For those runners at first and second, his responsibility should they score. Padres have a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-0 to Bogaerts. High strike, he'll take it. Make it a 1-1 count. Braves already into the bullpen in this game as they continue to work here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runners go. 1-1 pitch. There's a ball outside. Throw down to third base, and Tatis is in there safely. Double steal puts Taylor at second. Tatis at third. For Tatis, his 19th steal. For Taylor, his 6th. Now the infield comes in as Bogaerts can drive in both runs with a base hit right here. 2 balls and a strike on Xander Bogaerts. Singled in the 4th inning. Also a line shot off the leg of Martin Perez for a 1-3 put out in the 2nd. And the 2-1 swung on and barreled in the air towards center. Michael Harris spreading in, still spreading in, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Coming to the plate to score, Tatis. That makes it 3-0 in favor of the Padres. Coming off the bat, it looked like it'd carry out to medium depth center field, but it just died. Harris was pretty deep, had a long way to sprint in, just couldn't make it there. And the bloop base hit by Bogaerts makes it 3-0.
Yeah, it fooled us, and it fooled Michael. Michael actually broke backwards and then tried to make up for it. I don't know if he even gets to that, if he does get the correct read on it.
Over to third base for Samad Taylor. Runners at the corners. 1 away for Jackson Merrill. Merrill 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Karinchak set at the belt buckle. First pitch to Merrill, a check swing. And an appeal goes down the third baseline, and Dan Merzel confirms he did go. So the curveball makes it 0-1. 3-0 Padres, bottom of the 5th. They scored 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 so far in the 5th. This will be a really tough man to double up for inning-ending double play. Runner at first goes. Pitch on the way is a ball low. It was in the dirt and boxed up by Bart by the time he gets his paws on it. Xander Bogaerts down at second base with a steal. For Bogaerts, his 10th steal in 11 tries this year.
Yeah, Padres are running wild on Karinchak. He's got a prodigious leg kick, makes him slow to the plate, and there's something in his delivery that tells them he's not picking over. It's safe to run, and they've taken advantage of that this inning.
Well, Karinchak disengages from the rubber. So of those 4 walks allowed by Perez, 2 of them have been turned into runs as they've cashed those in. 1-1 at a ground ball towards first, glove by Olson. Looks back the runner Taylor to third base and then steps on the base for the out. Unassisted put out by Matt Olson. 2 down. Runner still at second and third for Miguel Andujar. Andujar 0 for 1 with a ground out and a walk. Karinchak trying to limit this damage once again. First pitch from Karinchak, and he shows him a curveball that's over for a called strike. Andujar, 31 years old, from the Dominican. Finished up in the AL Rookie of the Year voting in 2018 behind some guy named Shohei Ohtani. There's the 0-1 pitch. Andujar bounces it slowly out towards third, charging Riley. Barehand sends it over. Great play. That is terrific. And that saves a run. Austin's been flashing some leather tonight. That's the best of the bunch. And that ends the bottom of the 5th inning. But 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We go to the top of the 6th inning, 3-0 Padres.
This is Kevin Swanson, business manager of IBEW Local 613. If you're an experienced electrician, then you've heard about the IBEW. Maybe you've heard that it's not for you.
There's a storm warning in South Florida. It's the Miami Marlins.
Baseball's hottest June team, and they stay red hot this month.
The Fish are flying and are officially the hottest team in baseball this month. Otto Lopez is looking extremely all-starry at short. He's among league leaders in batting average, hits, and multi-hit games.
Otto Lopez has himself yet another multi-hit day.
Right beside him, Xavier Edwards, putting up solid on-base numbers while flashing some silky smooth glove work. Throw in Liam Hicks breaking out at 27, Max Meyer emerging as one of the league's best pitchers, and Sandy Alcantara starting to regain his Cy Young form. And hey, they've already proved they can beat the best. This season, they're the only team to hand losses to aces Shohei Ohtani, Paul Skeens, and The Miz. Red flags are out in Little Havana. These Marlins are dangerous.
Going back to game 1 when they're shut out. We'll have Olson, Riley, and White coming up to the plate. Hope to be able to tell you what takes place on this first pitch. There's the offering on the way. Olson takes the ball low and in. Here in San Diego, they've got some seats that are right down in front of where we sit in our booth. And if the fans stand, they are right in our line of sight. There's the 0-1 pitch. 0-1. A little bit low and outside. They finally take a seat now. There's an overserved couple that was very in love with each other, standing and holding hands, among other things. He was taking it to third base just a moment ago, right here in the middle of everybody. 1-1 pitch. Olson sends it foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's the Georgia Lottery home run jackpot inning. That fan down there was looking for his own home run jackpot. If the Braves hit a home run here in the top of the 6th inning, our contestant Donnie Helton in Gainesville will win $3,550. 1-2 pitch. Reach and a miss by Olsen. He strikes out against that sweeper. And J.P. Sears has perplexed Matt twice tonight. By the way, if you'd like to enter for your chance to win at least $1,000 from the Georgia Lottery, visit 680thefan.com/GA Lottery. Georgia Lottery today could be the day. One out for Austin Riley. Riley sends it foul. I'll give you a number that really stood out to us as we were prepping for this game today. We've been talking about the Braves skid here in the month of June. And a lot of the attention for the skid here lately is lack of runs and lack of base hits with runners in scoring position. That's part of the equation. 0-1 to Riley, fouled back. But at least for my money, maybe the bigger part of the equation are quality starts and starting pitchers going deep in games. And I'll give you an idea of what I'm talking about. If you go back to May 22nd, the Braves were 36-16. They won that day. They were 20 games over 500. Had a 10.5 game lead in the division. 0-2 to Riley, bounces up there. So 26 games ago, they had a 10.5 game lead. In the 26 games since then, the Braves have gone 12-14. And they have lost 5 games off of their lead, as it was 5.5 games entering the action tonight. There's the 1-2 pitch on the way to Austin Riley. Left-hander Sears fires. Austin pulls it foul on the third base line. In that span of time, the ERA for the starters has been 5.48. And here is the biggest number in that stretch over the last 26 games. The Braves have received just 3 quality starts, where a starter has gone 6 or more innings and allowed 3 or fewer earned runs. That's happened just 3 times in the last 26 games. There's the 1-2 pitch. Riley takes the ball high. And altogether, starters have gone 6 innings or more just 5 times over the last 26 games. Now, there are a couple of games in there where rain was obviously a bigger issue.
It's pretty dreadful.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch on the way to Austin Riley. And Riley swings and fouls it back. And this will be another game tonight, so you can make it 27 games with just 3 quality starts in the last 27.
Right.
And I highlight that to say that's the first domino in winning a game every single night.
Absolutely. That's the foundation of the house of baseball success is built on, is the starting pitching. If that's faulty, the rest of it falls down. And that's what's happened.
2-2 to Riley. Just a little bit off the plate with a sweeper.
And, you know, that's the quickest way to torpedo a good season. Now, the Braves aren't really hitting right now either, so, you know, it's the perfect storm for them. But they gotta figure out that starting pitching. It's so important.
3-2 to Riley, low and inside, ball 4. Because every single team, no matter how good or bad you are offensively, you're going to go through stretches where you're hitting everything with runners in scoring position and stretches where you're ice cold.
Yeah.
That's going to ebb and flow. But I think this lineup, even with some of the injuries that they have had, you're still, for the most part, going to be amongst the best in offense, should be. And I think if you can just establish what you had in the first few months with the starting pitching, going a little bit deeper in games, everything's going to turn back around and the ship gets righted. Eli White swings and misses. And there's just so much about this game that is built on pitching and defense.
Yeah, the Braves have the best bullpen in the league, and that's because that starting rotation protected them for so long.
Right.
They weren't picking up a ton of innings, working effectively.
0-1 to Eli White. And he swings and misses at a cutter. (3-0) Padres, top of the 6th inning. Eli reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th inning. It's a big hole on the right side of the infield here. Tatis shaded up the middle. Sears at 78 pitches. Here's number 79, and that's swung on, missed. Just struck him out with a fastball. 93 on the heater and put in a good place.
Yeah, he's doing a good job with that four-seam at the top of the zone. For righties, that's his favorite strikeout pitch. Lefties, that sweeper that has gotten Matt Olson twice. He's been pretty good. I think he likes being here at sea level instead of up at 4,000 feet in AAA.
I bet so. That, among many other things, the difference in San Diego and El Paso. How much time you got?
That's right.
Time called. Freddie Fermin, the catcher, walking out there to Sears. I think he's got an issue with his pitch comm device. Sears' device is on his belt. And the catcher has his in his hands. Now they're both standing there with their pitch comm devices in their hands. Meanwhile, home plate umpire Dan Bellino slowly walking out there, about to say, what's going on out here? They're going to try a new device out there. So Fermin's died, I guess. Haven't forgotten about Donnie Helton in Gainesville, Georgia. He's our contestant tonight in the Georgia Lottery home run jackpot inning. And if the Braves go deep, he will win $3,550. All right, so they get a new device out there to the parties that be. Bat in the hands of Joey Bart. Braves 0 for 6 in this game with runners in scoring position. Trying to get a man in scoring position here. Bart takes a ball high and outside. Bart singled in the second. It was his first hit as a Brave that he reached on an error in the fourth inning. Again, a gigantic hole on the right side of the infield. 1-0 pitch, hits a towering shot deep down the left field line. That's going to go all the way to the Western Metal Supply Company. Hit it into the brick building at the end of the left field line, and it is a 2-run homer by Joey Bart and a 1-run game in the 6th inning.
We mentioned Sears has home run problems. Just took the Braves 6 innings to figure him out. That was a no-doubter. I think the only question was, would it stay fair? And it did.
And the Braves right back in this thing. Bart belts it out and makes a winner out of Donnie Helton in Gainesville, Georgia. He's our contestant in the Georgia Lottery home run jackpot inning. And Donnie had just won $3,550. And today is the day, thanks to the Georgia Lottery. That'll be it for Sears. A 2-run homer for Joey Bart. Padres go into their bullpen as they make the Pennington Grass Seed call to the bullpen. If you're looking for an easy upgrade for your lawn this season, go with Pennington Grass Seed, the official partner of the Atlanta Braves grounds crew. Pennington Grass Seed, rooted in Braves.
Like build this for them and spend the last year of coming up with this concept and getting it off the ground and getting everybody here. Like, it just feels really good to have everybody coming and experiencing the thing that we've been working so hard on. To be able to like take the experiences of Comic-Con and add that to a card show just is really fulfilling, because as somebody who grew up going to card shows and still goes to the same card show in the same church basement in Trumbull, Connecticut every month, like, it's great. Card shows are amazing, but to be able to add all of this experience is what makes this great.
Here's Trout, 2 for 2. And Trout jacks one to left field, way back there, and gone! Mike Trout turns back the clock again. He homers on back-to-back days to begin the baseball season.
You never want to take for granted watching a future Hall of Famer. He looks fantastic. The bat speed is there. Oh, man. I mean, and you get goosebumps thinking about how good that player is and how good he still is.
Through 5 2/3, but a Riley walk and a Joey Bart 2-run home run. End his after 5 2/3. 1 home run, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. On to relieve him, right-hander David Morgan, 26-year-old. He's actually a San Diego native, likes pitching here at Petco. Has a 3-0 record, just 5 earned runs allowed and 35 innings pitched in his 30 games at his home stadium. So 3-2, Padres. Looks like we have a pinch hitter here.
This will be Drake Baldwin climbing in. He's pinch hitting for Jorge Mateo, who finished his night 0 for 2 with a fly out to left and a fly out to center. So here is Drake, trailing by a run. First pitch from Morgan. Drake Baldwin takes a fastball at 98, low and away. After seeing 93-mile-an-hour fastballs from Sears, it looked like 108 from David Morgan. Righty ready, kicks and fires. And a high strike that time, got a slider over. Right-hander Morgan, dark hair flipping out of the back of his brown cap. 5 o'clock shadow beard, ball in a black glove right in front of the letters of his uniform. He spins the 1-1. Drake swings and misses, had a big swing at a slider. Base is empty, 2 down in the top of the 6th inning. 1-2 pitch. Baldwin swings and misses at a slider for strike 3. That ends the top of the 6th inning, but the Braves get on the board for the first time. A 2-run homer by Joey Bart, his first homer as a Brave. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 3-2 Padres.
Your summer food game is only as strong as what you're working with. This July 4th at Lowe's, get up to 45%.
2 strikes on Hunter. This ball hit deep left field. Take a good look. You won't see it for long. It's a 1-run game. Second deck for Hunter Goodman. His first of the year. That thing went 435 feet.
And you get the future Hall of Famer, and for Hunter Goodman, last year's Silver Slugger, the National League as a catcher, just a rolling curveball. Hang it, Hunter Goodman's gonna destroy it.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Always hits. Buy you some.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games.
Nice work by him, stranding one of those runners, throwing a scoreless inning for himself. On to relieve him, left-hander Dylan Dodd. We saw Dylan pitch in game 1 of this series, going inning and third, recording 3 out of 4 of his outs with strikeouts. So going well here, sporting a 1.93 ERA on the season.
Taken on the bottom of the order, France, Fermin, and Bowen. First pitch from Dodd, that'll be fouled back. Hopefully that 2-run shot by Bart in the top of the inning is a galvanizing moment for the Braves. They had been hypnotized up until that point, trailing 3-0. The 2-run homer by Bart, and suddenly it's a 1-run contest. Ty France hit a homer back in the 3rd inning, also a sac fly to drive in a run in the 4th inning. A 1 from Dodd. He chases a high sinker, missed all of it, 0-2. Tyler Kenley up and tossing for the Braves now. He was activated today. Good to see him back into the mix. 3-2 Padres, bottom of the 6th inning. 0-2 pitch, missed high. Napa is a proud partner of your Atlanta Braves. With America's largest network of parts and care, Napa has all the bases covered when it comes to your ride. Ty France, right-handed batter. Awaiting the 1-2. Here it is from Dodd. Just low it inside with a slider. Braves got 4 innings out of Perez. Gave up 3 runs, 3 earned on 4 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. 2-2 pitch. France with a line drive of the air to deep left field. Over to his right and lunging and missing Dubon. It goes to the base of the wall. He's up with it on the edge of the warning track. Sends it in. It's a double by Ty France. Good effort by Mauricio. Really going hard to his right. Just out of his reach as he went lunging for it. Been a big night for France.
Yeah, so close for Dubon. I mean, he's as good as it gets out there and left. Really, anywhere you put him on the field. It just came up about 1 glove short of that one.
France at second for Fermin. Fermin shows bunt, bunts it down the third base line. Riley has it, fires across the diamond. Ozzy's there to cover the bag. And the bunt puts France at third base. Sack bunt, 5-4 on the putout. 1 out of the inning.
Yeah, nicely executed bunt there. You want to make the third baseman field the ball so that he can't, there's no out at third base. You get to advance that lead runner. Good execution of small ball there.
Infield is in now with a runner at third and 1 out for Jace Bowen. He's 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. Bowen takes the ball high and outside. Bowen is 25 years old. They list him at 6 feet tall, 215 pounds. He's out of Toledo, Ohio. And he was selected by Pittsburgh in the 11th round coming out of high school. 1-0 pitch is fouled back. How about the decision he had to make? He had committed to play not just baseball, but football at Michigan State. He was a 3-star receiver recruit. And he was going to play football and baseball at Michigan State. But signed with Pittsburgh instead, and now he's with the Padres. 1-1 from Dodd. High and outside.
They must have paid him higher than slot.
Had to have.
For 11th round and to not, I mean, that would be so much fun.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
2 balls, 1 strike on Jace Bowen. 2-1 pitch. Low and inside with a cutter. Bowen with a high brown socks up over the knees. Wears his pants like a football player. Dodge 3-1. And there's ball 4 to Bowen. Right away with a sinker. First and third, 1 down, and here comes Fernando Tatis. It's a 3-2 lead for the Padres. Well, they are threatening again. Braves pitchers running into a bunch of men on base these last few innings. Here comes Walt Weiss. And that'll be it for Dodd. He faces just 3 batters. And the Braves are going to go to Kinley. So runners at first and third, 1 down. It's the Pennington grass seed call to the bullpen. And if you're looking for an easy upgrade for your lawn this season, you know what to do. Go with Pennington grass seed, the official partner of the...
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Dominic Canzone. You think about this time a year ago, he was off the radar when you think about it, right?
Canzone plugs this deep out to the gap. Right center field. Dom Canzone. An opening night bomb. And the Mariners have taken the lead.
Well, Dom Canzone picking up right where he left off. This was a sinker, middle part of the plate. Got that foot down, all those adjustments he made with that swing and that lower half last year. A huge contributor.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Still in the bottom sixth, we have one down. Padres leading at 3-2, but threatening to do more damage. Trying to get out of this jam, right-hander Tyler Kinley, just back from the injured list, hasn't pitched since June 7th against Pittsburgh through 2/3 of an inning. Thus far on the season, inherited runners, he's inherited 7, 3 have scored. Welcome back. No easing him in here. He's got himself in quite a pickle.
Yeah, runners at first and third. And one down as he faces Fernando Tatis. Ready to go to work here. Here's the first pitch on the way from Kenley. Runner at first goes, pitches the ball low and outside. No throw down. Stolen base for Jace Bowen. They're at second and third with one out. And the Padres running all over the place tonight. It's their 4th steal of the game. Kenley's 1-0. Tatis takes a called strike.
And that stolen base gives up the possibility of double play, brings the middle to infield, out in close to the grass. Got to prevent those 90 feet being taken.
1-1 pitch. Little flare down the right field line, slicing foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 3-2 Padres as we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kinley off the IL and right into the midst of this jam, trying to keep the Padres from getting those 2 runs back that they gave up at the top of the inning. He cuts loose the 1-2, and he struck him out swinging. Went up the ladder with a slider. Able to get a big out there in Tatis, and 2 away.
Yeah, Braves bullpen has been the best in the major leagues at stranding inherited runners. Karinchak able to get 1 of 2 on keep them on the bases. Tyler Kinley just 1 out away from doing that as well. 2 of 2.
These Padres 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Samad Taylor takes the first pitch strike. There's a slider right at the top of the zone. France at third, Bowen at second, 2 down in the bottom of the 6th. Right-hander Kinley taking his time, kicks and deals. 0-1 is low. Bounced away from Bart, but only about 10 feet away up the third base line. Runners keep it in part. Got to find a way to get Taylor here, keep it a 1-run deficit. In the top of the 7th, the Braves will have 9, 1, and 2 coming up. As that stands now, it's Kim, Dubon, and Harris. Trailing 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Taylor 1 for 3 in the game with a single. 1-1, low and outside. Kenley rubs up that baseball. Big crowd getting behind Samad Taylor. He deals. 2-1 fouled off the inside of his left leg and rolling down the third baseline. Well, he got the swing and miss with a high slider to Tatis, and he started this count off with the same pitch with the same result versus Taylor. See if he wants to go back to that honey hole right here. Kinley looks into his backstop. Bart now comes set right at the letters. And time called by Samad Taylor. Braves have used Perez, Karinchak, Dodd, and Kinley on the mound, as he's the 4th pitcher thus far for the Braves. Runners take their leads at second and third. Kenley's 2-2. And a flip down the right field line, dropping in fair. This will drive in 2 runs on a soft flare to right field. Just flicked it right out there over Matt Olson. And Samad Taylor makes it a 5-2 Padre lead in the 6th. That stings.
Yeah, especially when the Braves just plated their first 2 runs of the game. 2 nights in a row, Braves have a big inning and then give the runs right back in the bottom. Can't really fault Tyler Kinley there. That was a pretty good pitch, and it was not hit hard. Still counts the same, though.
Those 2 runs charged to Dodd, who can close his line now. Inning continues for Machado. Runner on the move. Throw down to second base. Close play. Got him. Joey Bart with a terrific throw and a great tag by Ozzie Albies. Put it right on the hand of Taylor, who's shaking his hand. That's how hard that tag came down. Waiting to see if the Padres want to challenge this. They do. Grounds crew is out there starting to rake the infield. But hold on 1 second. This will be reviewed.
San Diego is challenging the out call at second base.
That's
Previous play is under review.
Dan Bellino, home plate umpire and crew chief. Looks pretty good to me watching the replay. He was going in head first, reaching for the left hand. Tag came down on the top of the forearm. It's really close. But the call on the field is that he was out. So you got to find indisputable evidence that he's in there before the glove hit him.
Yeah, Braves need this caught stealing. Padres 7 for 7. Stolen 7 bases already this series. That's really close.
It's very close. It's pretty much bang bang. The tag hits him on the left forearm right as the hand was getting to the bag. And here we go.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
Call stands. He is out. After watching what we saw, that doesn't surprise us. But that ends the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 runs up on the board for the Padres there in the bottom of the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th, 5-2 San Diego.
How does one of baseball's most celebrated plays connect to one of baseball's most notorious curses? Through a cross-country move, an earthquake, and the Men of Steel? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
But let me touch it for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals, and they'd be too expensive again to maintain, would put them into financial ruin.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these, though.
So these are Ty Cobb's
And these
cleats.
are Ty Cobb's.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes him special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going. Safe.
You know what they say? One great play deserves another.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Top of the 7th inning. It's a 5-2 lead for the Padres. Ha-Sung Kim leads off. 9-1-2 for the Braves at the top of the 7th. It's still Morgan, the right-hander, on the mound. Morgan came on, got the final out in the 6th inning. First pitch to Kim is a called strike. The 2 runs the Braves have came on the 2-run homer in the top of the 6th inning by Joey Bart. Boy, really good game for Bart. Single in the 2nd. 2-run homer and then threw out that runner to end the bottom of the 6th inning. The 1 pitch, laser foul, hits the sidewall down the third baseline. And with that homer by Joey Bart, you will save $100 on sets of Goodyear and Cooper tires tomorrow only, plus a free alignment and a free oil change at Tire Discounters. Home runs save Braves fans money all season long. Claim your coupon at tirediscounters.com/Braves. 0-2 on Kim. Morgan brings it. Kim takes ball inside. Mentioned it earlier, the Phillies once again scored runs in the 9th inning to fly right on by the Nationals and win a game in D.C. 5-4 the final there. So the Braves cannot come back tonight. That lead in the division will be down to 4.5 games. 1-2 pitch, and Kim hits one in the air to left field. Shamon Taylor right there makes a chest-high catch in left. 1 away in the 7th. Kim now 0 for 3 with flyouts to left, center, and right in this game. Back to the top of the order to Mauricio Dubon. Speaking of scores within our division, the Mets and Cubs played a doubleheader today. The Mets gave up 20 runs today, 10 in both games. First pitch misses low to Dubon. Cubs beat the Mets 10-5 and then turned around and beat them 10-3. That's a long day for a pitching coach.
Oh, man.
One-0 from Morgan. Strike. Sinker 97 on the outside corner. One-one at a ground ball weakly to short. Approaching and gloving. Bogart sends it over. Close play. Bounced the throw, but dug out by France just in time for the out. 2 down in the top of the 7th. In between innings, it'll be the 7th inning stretch. Brought to you by the Warrior Alliance. The Warrior Alliance is stepping up to the plate to help Warriors navigate to success after military service. Visit thewarrioralliance.org to learn more. Michael Harris climbing in with 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Padres leading 5-2. They're eyeing a sweep in this series. Harris takes a called strike.
5-2. That score sounds familiar to me. I think that's a score I beat you in shuffleboard in today. I was just waiting for my moment.
At least one of us won something today. 1 pitch. It was a bouncer foul. Yeah, that's a pretty good comeback you had. I was in the driver's seat.
You were.
And then I just got a little bit too aggressive and was firing those things off the end of the plank. And
I rallied late.
Yep. Tip of the cap to you. Oh, 2 pitch. That'll be fouled off by Harris.
That was nice too. I blew J. Chad's doors off. Double threes just ended his game. Crushed him. He left crying from the table. We got to the park pretty early today, buddy, and we had some time to kill.
Yeah, we did. We found a way to kill it.
We did.
It's funny because that's what we did in Chicago that night, that we had all that rain. There's the 0-2 pitch on the way. And Michael Harris with a tapper foul. You weren't on that trip, but when we had the rain out in Chicago, we were flying to New York and we were waiting on a plane. We were there for 3-4 hours. And all of us, radio and TV crews, we found a shuffleboard table.
Nice.
And we played game after game after game after game. That's how we spent the time that night. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to second. Smothered out there by Tatis. Throws to first. It's a 1-2-3-7. Nothing happening for the Braves. They go down in order for the 3rd time in 7 innings. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 5-2 Padres.
Braves fans. When you listen to the game, you know there's more happening than...
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. And the Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and drive in a couple of runs. Cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wells around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one headed for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the third straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz, hot shot, and he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, did you see that? I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
Around the house, doers make a difference. And when it comes to home improvement needs delivered right to your door, the Home Depot is how doers get more done.
Padres 5, Braves 2 as we head into the bottom of the 7th. Martin Perez went 4+, James Karinchak 1 inning. Dylan Dodd just a third of an inning, and Tyler Kinley 2/3. Dodd goes for 2 earned runs. Now on to pitch the 7th, right-hander Didier Fuentes. He did pitch in game 1 of this series, working just 1/3 of an inning with a strikeout on 4 pitches. He'll be working for the 23rd time this season.
There's Manny Machado to lead off. Fuentes fires and a ball low and outside. By the way, here's something that really made me smile today. It was this day in 1983 that our good friend and colleague Don Sutton made some history today. There's a ball low and inside. Anytime Don comes up, be it in conversation or something that he did in his career, always a good day for us. It makes us smile thinking about Don. There's the 2-0 pitch. There's a ball high. This day in 1983, Don Sutton became the 8th pitcher in Major League history to reach 3,000 strikeouts. That's a club that now has 20 members in it. But Don was the 8th member this day in 83. 3-0 pitch over for a called strike. 3-1. Machado thought it was ball 4. Don was a member of the Brewers then. And notched his 3,000th strikeout this day in 83. He finished with 3,574 strikeouts. That's 7th all time. There's the 3-1 on the way. And there's ball 4 inside. Leadoff walk. Machado is aboard for the 2nd time in this game. By the way, Don is one of 10 pitchers all time with 3,000 or more strikeouts and 300 or more wins. Wow. Just 10.
That'll get you in Cooperstown.
Yeah, it will. Kind of gives you the chills reading the names on that list and Don being in there. There's ball low and inside. How many of those 10 do you think you can name? Not to put you on this. I'll let you think about it. If you don't want to play, that's fine. None of this isn't your strength like shuffleboard. 1-0 pitch. And a bouncer up the middle. Kim to his left is able to glove it. Flip backhanded to Ozzie Albies for the out. They cut down Machado on a 6-4 putout.
I'm going to be honest, Ben. I'm not confident I could get half of them. Jim Palmer.
Jim Palmer is not on the list.
See, I'm out. Cy Young.
Cy Young is not on the list.
Dude. Wow.
Cy Young didn't have 3,000 strikeouts somehow.
Randy Johnson?
Randy Johnson is on the list. You're on the board.
Clemens?
Roger Clemens is on the list.
How did Cy Young not have 3,000 strikeouts?
Here's the 0-1 pitch. That'll be sent foul by Jackson Merrill. He finished with 2,800.
In 6,000, or how many?
He only faced 30,000 batters in his career.
Clemens?
You said him before. You just said him. He only counts once. You know?
I'm fighting for my life here, buddy.
That's all right. He got 2. 0-2 pitch. Whack deep down the left field line. Slicing and foul. All right, here you go. Walter Johnson. Nolan Ryan. Should have got that one.
Hey.
Roger Clemens, Randy Johnson, you got the 2 of those. Greg Maddux, Tom Seaver, Steve Carlton, Phil Niekro, Gaylord Perry, and Don Sutton. Those are the 10 pitchers who reached 3,000 or more strikeouts and 300 or more wins. 0-2 pitch, that'll be sent foul. That could be a club of 10 for a very long time.
Phil Niekro.
Phil Niekro.
Could have given me 1,000 guesses. I wouldn't have gotten that. I got close to 1,000 there.
No balls and 2 strikes. Runner at first, 1 down. 5-2 Padres. Pick off the first base by Didier Fuentes, and back in standing Xander Bogaerts. Nuxie actually had 262 strikeouts one season.
Wow.
It's a bunch of knuckleballs. No balls and 2 strikes on Jackson Merrill. Fuentes to the plate. And he serves it into foul territory down the third base line. One-handed swing that landed right behind the Braves dugout.
I'll be honest, I'm surprised by the Greg Maddux. He finished with 3,500 strikeouts. I wouldn't have pegged him for a 3K guy.
What, 355 wins, I think it is? 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to first. That's off the glove of Olson. Trickles off behind him. By the time Ozzie gets to it, everybody's safe. It was a very swift one-hopper to Olson, who was holding the runner at first base. And he tried to backhand it. And it hit right off the end of his glove and slowly rolled behind him. If he's able to glove that cleanly, that's likely a 3-6-3 double play. They're going to say E3 charged to Matt Olson.
That was a one-hopper just to his right. Had some topspin on it. That makes it a challenge.
That's Matt's 4th error of the season. First and second, 1 down for Miguel Andujar. 5-2 Padres, bottom of the 7th. Andujar takes a called strike. Folks, the average baseball game has 9 innings. That means 9 chances to put the original Louisiana hot sauce on all your favorite ballpark eats. They're all tastier with the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. It's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some. 0-1 from Didier Fuentes, and a hot shot out towards short. Taken by Kim, goes to second. They get 1. Ozzie whips it to first, and there's the second out. So it's a double play, and that wraps up the bottom of the 7th. 6-4-3 double play ball. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. We're off to the top of the 8th.
The Seattle Mariners have officially found their groove, riding the wave of an amazing run that started in May and has them sailing in June.
And the Mariners sweep the A's.
The secret to their recent success? Power at the plate and dominance on the mound.
Swung on and missed, got him.
The rotation, led by Emerson Hancock, Brian Wu, and Logan Gilbert, has been absolutely electric, shutting down opposing lineups. And while all-star backstop Cal Raleigh remains sidelined, a surge of offensive power has arrived.
A rainmaker to left field. Julio with a bang.
Julio Rodriguez is on fire and flexing his marquee muscle. Throw a locked-in Randy Arozarena and a red-hot Luke Raley into the mix, and you got a lineup firing on all cylinders. Thanks to the run of victories to kick off the summer, Seattle has cruised to the top of the AL West and has the Pacific Northwest rocking. The American League is officially on notice. The Mariners are a problem.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game.
This game, these games, all the games, pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Well, it's top of the 8th. Braves got to get something going. They're trailing by 3. Padres 5. Braves 2. Wandy Peralta comes into the game. Peralta actually started yesterday's game as the opener. He struck out Harris and Albies. Had Matt Olson ground out to third to start the game in his 1 inning of work. He has pitched in 33 games, 3 of those being starts. Been pretty good. He's got a 1.86 ERA. Only 26 strikeouts in 38 2/3, though.
That's surprising to me, as hard as he throws.
Yeah, it's nasty stuff.
He looked really good when he came in to open. There's a pop-up in the shallow left center field off the bat of Ozzie Albies. A trio of Padres are there, and making the catch is Jackson Merrill, of course. One down here in the 8th inning. One out for Matt Olson. Braves trailing 5-2. Padres scored 1 run in the 3rd, 1 run in the 4th, 1 run in the 5th. And then the Braves got a 2-run homer by Joey Bart in the top of the 6th inning, make it a 1-run game at that point. And then the Padres got both those runs right back in the bottom of the 6th inning, and they've led 5-2 ever since. Matt Olson takes a slider low and outside. Don't believe it's going to be another sellout tonight, but it's been another big, energetic crowd here in San Diego. 1-0 to Olson. Touched the outside corner with a changeup. Ian Hamilton back up and tossing in for the Braves. There's a ball low. All right, 41,183. They are saying it's a sellout. I'm seeing way more empty seats tonight than last few nights, but I guess they sold those seats. I'm sorry, 40,183 is the attendance tonight. Here's the 2-1, and Olson pops it up down the right field line. That pulls foul it into the seats down the right field line, 2-2. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Braves Radio Network. Two-two pitch. Olson cracks it into left field, in for a base hit. That skids across the grass out there, cut down by Taylor. He'll send it in. It'll be a single by Olson. Matt's now 2 for 4, 2 singles.
After we got to stroll around the stadium before the game, we had all that free time. We took a lap, and you could see why people want to come here. They've done such a nice job with this. It's just a great place to come watch a game. I know a lot of the Braves families are here in town visiting Petco Park.
Austin Riley takes a ball outside. This place doesn't look its age, does it?
It doesn't.
This place opened in 2004. 1-0 pitch. Riley takes a called strike. We mentioned this on the broadcast earlier in the series, but the Padres made a pact with the legislation here in San Diego about this ballpark, and one of the deals was to build it downtown. There's the 1-1. Riley with a number up the first base line, gloved by France, and he backpedals to the bag, steps on it for the out. Down to second base for Olson, and 2 down. But one of the issues that they wanted to settle up on for this park, if they were going to allow them to build this park downtown, the city said, we never want this park to look more than 5 years old, which has taken on a lot of renovations, and lots of areas of this ballpark have been revamped, and it continues to get newer and newer, if you want to use that term, every single year. There's a called strike, but they've taken out all the original seats, put new seats in here multiple times, and You can really, if you're just walking around, you can see the work that they put into this place to keep it new. 0-1 pitch is sent foul into the seats down the right field line.
One thing that stood out to me is, there's a great craft beer scene here in San Diego, and they are on top of it here at Petco. I mean, there has to be 30 different craft breweries represented in the stadium. You might find me coming back here when I'm not working.
It'd be a good place to enjoy a game. 0-2, Eli takes it up and in. And I'll give you another thing about this ballpark that stands out to me. As you walk around this entire ballpark on the concourse, I'd say about every 300 or 400 feet, it's like there's a brand new area of the ballpark. And it continues to change. There's a ball low and inside. What I'm getting at is, in a lot of ballparks, it might be very consistent all the way around on the concourses. This place, it's like it changes styles and scenery all the way around the ballpark multiple times. 2-2 pitch. Low and inside, almost hit him in the foot. But it is a gym, no doubt about it. Lots of murals underneath, hanging gardens, a water feature, and a lot of fans. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Eli White. Eli with a ground ball to shortstop. Gobbled up by Bogarts. He fires across, and they just do get Eli by a step. That into the top of the 8th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Padres leading 5-2 here in San Diego.
The walk-off home run, the buzzer beater.
The bubblegum blowing contest. It was fun. It was at a time when Topps included bubblegum in their baseball cards, and that was the gum we used. These are all my baseball cards. The Topps one is right there. It's developed into somewhat of a big nostalgic thing, and there are a lot of people that, that's one of their favorite baseball cards. It's kind of crazy.
Looking for the best team in the American League? You got to go to Tampa.
And the Rays have won another.
The Rays are cooking, and they're doing it with their own special recipe. It starts on the mound where Drew Rasmussen, Steven Matz, Nick Martinez, and Big Mac Shane McClanahan are holding it down.
And a big swing and miss. He got him with the hard stuff.
This rotation is just suffocating opposing hitters, pitching to a sub-3 ERA backed by a lights-out bullpen. At the disc, Junior Caminero is proving he's an elite middle-of-the-order masher.
And that one's gonna go! Home run, Caminero!
And don't sleep on Jonathan Aranda and Yandy Diaz bats either. Those three have combined to drive in more than 90 runs already this season. Playing in the same division as the Yankees, Tampa will need to maintain their momentum. Maybe even kick it up a notch. But this season's Rays seem to be up to any challenge.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Still 5-2 Padres as we head to the home half of the 8th. Didier Fuentes works just 1 inning, getting that clutch double play to get out of that little jam he created. On to pitch here, right-hander Ian Hamilton. He's only pitched 1 inning for the Braves on April 21st at Washington. Didn't go his way. 1 inning pitched, 3 earned runs, but he's made 126 major league appearances for the Yankees, the Twins, the White Sox, and now Atlanta with a 3.75 career ERA. The strikeout artist, more strikeouts than innings pitched over his career. Looking for a clean bottom of the 8th here.
Also looking for a winner, the Yanmar strikeout the side inning. Ty France leads off, takes first pitch strike. Ty France had a big night. Homer in the 3rd inning, sac fly to drive in a run in the 4th, double and a run scored in the 6th. Played a pretty good brand of defense at first base tonight as well. 0-1 pitch to France. Low it outside. Here in the Yanmar strikeout the side inning. If he and Hamilton can strike out the side in order, our contestant Calvin Norris will be the winner of a brand new Yanmar ZTR. Enter all season long at braves.com/Yanmar for your chance to win a Yanmar ZTR and to be entered for a grand prize tractor drawing at the end of the season. Slider misses up and in. Yanmar built together back longer. Padres 5, Braves 2. Hamilton delivers. A swing and a miss. Went upstairs with a slider.
Yeah, Hamilton throws that pitch quite a bit, about 60% of the time. It's a good one. Fastball sits 94, tops out 96, 97.
There's 2-2 to the plate, and he struck him out. France surrenders, going after that slider. One down in the 8th inning. Good start in the Yanmar strikeout the side inning. I've wanted to say that all game, he just hadn't cooperated.
Have you been sitting on that one this series? Because I love it.
Finally struck out. One down here in the 8th inning. One out for Fermin, and a ball high. 1 ball, no strikes. In the 9th, the Braves will have 7, 8, and 9 due up. Righty brings it. 1-0 swung on, missed. Slider looking pretty sharp. Gavin Sheets is on deck to pinch hit for Jace Bowen. One is outside, 2 balls and a strike. And we've got Jason Adam tossing in the bullpen, so the 9th looking like it'll be his. Padres leading 5-2. 2-1 pitch. Hackett a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another slider. Hopefully the Braves can find a way to come back, but trailing 5-2 late. And if they can't, tell you tomorrow, certainly a good day for an off day. The Braves can't win this game. That'd be 4 straight losses, which will be their longest losing streak of the season. The 2-2 pitch, and he struck him out swinging with a slider. So back-to-back strikeouts here in the Yanmar strikeout the side inning. It's been a while since we've had a winner, but we're 1 strikeout away from making Calvin Norris the winner here in the Yanmar strikeout the side inning tonight.
Got some drama here. Gavin Sheets, above average strikeout rate. 24% of his at-bats end in strikeouts. So we like that for Calvin.
Gavin Sheets was a starter in game 1 and struck out twice in that game. First pitch to him, missed the inside corner with a sinker. Ball and no strikes on Sheets. Bases empty, 2 down, bottom of the 8th. Sheets, a .225 hitter. Swings it from the left side. He swings and misses over the top of a slider. Just keep throwing that pitch. Really good results on the slider here tonight.
Yeah, looks very sharp slider. Breaking very suddenly straight down.
Hamilton rears back and brings it. 1-1 and popped up down the left field line towards foul ground. Riley coming over, and he's out of room. That lands in the first row, and that's good news for Calvin Norris. That's strike 2, so we are 1 strike away from a winner in the Yanmar strikeout the side inning.
Oh, Robert Suarez gave away 1. Have we had any others?
I want to say we've had 2 of them.
2 of them?
I'll have to double check that. Either way, it's been a while. And Hamilton trying to make it happen. I had 1 and 2. He cuts it loose, and a ground ball to short. As he has it, throws to first base. There's the 3rd out. Calvin Norris, you are 1 strike away. And unfortunately, no winner in the Yanmar strikeout the side inning, but thank you for playing. We go to the top of the 9th, 5-2 Padres.
It's off the top of the wall and gone! Second home run of the night for Juan Soto.
30th career multiple home run game for Soto.
Burke has looked excellent tonight. Turned it over to Sean Burke, and as good as he's ever pitched in the White Sox uniform.
He didn't start it, but he finished it. I think that's as good as we've seen from him in any outing since he's been a big leaguer.
Dealing
movement is what he was doing. 7 shut for the rookie southpaw, 7 punchies on 107 pitches for the left-hander. The best outing of his young big league career.
Pinch hitter Andrew Benintendi, first pitch, swinging, back he goes! It's a grand slam Betty bomb in the Bronx, and the Sox take the lead here in the 8th inning.
Wu, wow, here against the Orioles. Retired 21 of his last 23 hitters.
A masterful day for Bryan Wu. He exits to a standing ovation inside T-Mobile Park.
The 2-2 in the air to right center field. Buxton on the move to his left. Buxton will dive, and he caught the ball. Buxton caught the ball. Twins win. Twins win, and the Twins win it on a great defensive play by Buxton in right center.
Speechless. And Byron Buxton just didn't stop. He is in a full-out sprint, lays out.
5-2 Padres as we head in the top of the ninth. Braves need 3 to push this game to the bottom. On the pitch, right-hander Jason Adam. We haven't seen Adam yet this series, but he's a pretty good one. 34-year-old, sporting a 2.54 ERA on the season through 32 games. Strikeout numbers are way down, just 20 strikeouts and 28 1/3, and he has given up runs in his last 2 appearances against the Rangers on back-to-back days.
One other defensive change for the Padres. Here's Joey Bart to lead off. And Bart takes the ball low and outside. They pinch hit for Jace Bowen with Gavin Sheets. So Fernando Tatis has moved from second base to right field to fill that spot. And Sung Moon Song is into the game at second base. 1-0 pitch, and Bart taps it foul to the backstop. They've got Taylor, Merrill, and Tatis left to right in the outfield. Machado, Bogart, Song, and France left to right on the infield. Still Fermin behind the plate, and Adam on the mound. 5-2 San Diego. Need some base runners. 1-1 on Joey Bart. He's been the only source of offense for the Braves in the game. He belted a 2-run homer to the Western Metal Supply building back in the 6th inning. 1-1 pitch. That misses low. That Western Metal Supply building is a 4-story building where the corner is the foul line. And they also have seating on the roof of that building. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and Bart with a slow chopper to second. Song scoops it, throws over to first base, gets the out. 4-3 put out. The homer by Bart landed in the deck of the 3rd story of that brick building. That has been it for the Braves.
I was reading about that building. They decided to put the stadium here. They said, we got to keep this warehouse. It adds some character to it. And then they built the rest of the park around it. And I love it. It's absolutely perfect out there down the line.
Yeah, it's so creative. And really pretty. That'll be swung on, missed.
Probably my 2nd favorite warehouse in the major leagues.
Other one in Baltimore?
Yeah, oh yeah. That warehouse in Baltimore defines that park.
There's a ball low. Yeah, I would just love to have heard the meeting where they said, you know what, let's make the southeast corner of a brick building that's been standing there for decades the foul pole, essentially. Here's the 1-1. That'll be swung on and missed by Baltimore. I mean, is that not brilliant?
Yeah. Really interesting. There's only one foul pole here down the right field line. Can't think of any other stadiums where that's the case.
So what you're telling me is there are 59 foul poles in the big leagues.
If my math is correct.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Baltimore with a fly ball towards shallow left center. Going back is Bogarts, and the shortstop's there in shallow left, and 2 down in the 9th. I know in Toronto, I believe it's Toronto, they don't have actual poles. They have those screens that hang down from the ceiling. Remember that?
Yes.
And it's kind of a fabric material that hangs down and suspended on guide wires. You get the picture. 2 down here in the 9th inning.
Yeah, there's a physical implement there.
Dominic Smith up to pinch hit. Braves down to their final out. It'll be a much-needed off day tomorrow. And then the Braves face the Giants. That'll be Friday night with our first pitch in San Francisco. And that'll be a 10:15 Eastern first pitch, 7:15 locally in San Francisco. Dominic Smith takes ball low and inside. Right-hander Adam kicks and fires. Funny swing there on a slider. Missed it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dominic batting .281. He was in the starting lineup yesterday. Went 1 for 5 in that game. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And a ball outside. Take that back. Went 1 for 3 yesterday. And then they brought along Jorge Mateo as he went the rest of the way. 2 balls and a strike now on Dominic. 2-1 from Adams. Swung on, missed at a slider. This crowd of 40,183 all rising. Their Padres are 1 strike away from sweeping the first place Braves. And this is on a night where the Phillies have already won in Washington. The 2-2 pitch. Smith with a slow roller to short. Bogarts has it. Throws to first base. So the Braves are swept in San Diego. And their lead in the East is down to 4.5 games. For the Braves in the 9th, no runs, no hits, no errors. Padres win the game and sweep the series. Final score, Padres 5, Braves 2. Back with the totals after this.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi? For what?
Better not to know.
Get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity.
Bryce Matthews, who struck out looking his first time up. Matthews getting the start in left field tonight. Matthews hits it in the air pretty well to center. Going back on it is Rafaela at the wall, looking up. See you later! Bryce Matthews with his first long ball of the year, right by the Phillips 66 home run pump, and the Astros lead 4-0. That went